theories of catalysis. The intermediate compound formation theory is very important theory. Intermediate compound formation theory. Intermediate compound formation theory. Intermediate compound formation theory. Listen ma, here intermediate compound formation theory, here A plus B both are reactant, A, B both are reactant, C acts as a catalyst. So product is AB, product is, any doubt? This is a common chemical reaction, common chemical reaction. A is a reactant, B is another reactant, C is the catalyst, AB is the product. Okay. Now, in first step, out of these two reactant, one of the reactant A reacts with catalyst to form an intermediate AC. Okay. In second step, that intermediate compound AC reacts with another reactant B, it gives original product AB plus catalyst. Can you able to understand? Out of these two reactant, one of the reactant A reacts with catalyst C, it gives intermediate compound AC. In second step, that intermediate compound reacts with another reactant B, it gives original product under catalyst. Clear? Now, this is a common reaction. Now, example is given to you. One of the original reactant oxygen combines with catalyst NO, it gives intermediate compound, which one? NO2. NO2 is the intermediate. Now, in second step, that intermediate compound react with another reactant SO2. That intermediate NO2 react with another reactant SO2. It gives original product, namely SO3 plus original catalyst NO. But common reaction not given. But can you write now? You know what are the reactant here? What are the reactant? SO2 is the one of the reactant. Another reactant is O2 is the another reactant. NO is the catalyst. Original products are SO3. Clear? That's a common reaction. Clear? So one of the reactant oxygen reacts with catalyst NO. It gives NO2 is the intermediate compound. That intermediate reacts with another reactant SO2. It gives SO3 plus original catalyst NO. Clear? That's called intermediate compound formation theory. 3 mark question mean only you can write equation. 5 mark you have to do everything. Intermediate compound formation theory. Next one. Adsorption theory, very important 5 mark question. Adsorption theory. AD, adsorption theory. Okay, just see the diagram alone. What you are thinking, just tell the answer. Just see the only diagram part. What you are thinking about the diagram? What? What you are thinking? Huh? So look like lollipop, huh? Diagram look like what? Okay. See here. Okay, nothing will happen. Okay. Adsorption theory, see the first diagram. See the first diagram. Okay, this is the surface of the catalyst. This is the surface of the catalyst. Now, two reactant molecules A and B. Two reactor molecules A and B going to strike on the surface of the catalyst through partial chemical bond. So, A is one of the reactant, B is another reactant. Now, two reactant are strike on the surface of the catalyst through partial chemical bond. Okay. Now, only first point given. The reactor molecules A and B are strike on the surface on the catalyst. They held by weak van der Waals force or partial chemical bond. This is the surface of the catalyst. A and B are the both are reactant. These reactant are strike on the surface of the catalyst through partial chemical bond or very weak van der Waals force. Clear? The second diagram indicate this is a surface on the catalyst. Now, these two reactor molecules combine together, reacted to form a one intermediate compound. Intermediate compound. That is activated compound. That is what? Activated compound. After some time, now reactant reacted to form what? Reactant react to form a product. Now, these are the catalyst of surface. Now, products are formed like C and D. Now, C and D are the products. Products formed. Afterwards, no need to bond with the surface of the surface and all. We formed product, no. Then why we need this bond and all? Okay, we can fly away. So, now desorption takes place, C and D, no bond with no need relation and all now. Okay. Now, D and C are desorbed. Clear? See first, second point, formation of activated complex. The particles of this reactant adjacent to one another to join to form an intermediate compound formation, the intermediate complex, that is the activated complex. Then C, decomposition of activated complex. Activated complex break to form a C and D. These two are products, but these are hold to catalyst surface by partial chemical bond. Then D, desorption of the catalyst, desorption of product. The particles of the products are desorbed, are released from the surface. Clear? Adsorption. Can you able to understand the diagram? First, A and B, two reactants strike on the surface of the catalyst. After some time, these reactants are reacted to form an intermediate compound, nothing but activated complex. Now reacted, what will happen? Product will form. So C and D are a product are formed. This is called through chemical or partial chemical bond on the surface of the catalyst. Now products formed, no need the bond and all, so that C and D are desorbed from the surface. Clear? Very, very important 5-mark question, adsorption theory. Then applications of the catalyst, from that part they are asking every year 1-mark question. Which process, which is catalyst? For example, you have a process, dash acts as the catalyst, iron acts as the catalyst, dash promoter, molybdenum is the promoter, dash is catalytic poison, H2S. For contact process, what we learnt in equilibrium. For contact process, dash acts as the catalyst, vanadium pentoxide. Like this, so one is given. For Haber process, finely divided iron, molybdenum is the promoter. Oswald process, platinum asbestos. Lead chamber process, nitric oxide. Contact process, vanadium pentoxide. Decans process, cupric chloride. Bosch process, ferric oxide. Hydrogenation of vegetable oil, nickel. Verges process, ferric oxide, anyone they will ask in 1 mark question. From this part you can expect 1 mark question. Then colloids. What? Colloid. Any idea about colloid? Mixie. What is colloid? What? Solute and solvent together form a solution, not colloid. Not completely dissolved. What do you mean colloids? Okay, just think about, listen ma. Okay. Okay. Now 3 tumblers, look like tumbler only, no? Okay. In first tumbler I am going to add, initially I am going to take solvent like water, because that is a universal solvent, no? So I took water, I am going to add some amount of sugar. Now it contains what? Sugar plus water, dissolve well. Soluble or not? Sugar is completely soluble in water. So finally you will get what? Sugar solution. Sugar does nothing but true solution. Does nothing but what? True solution. Because you can't see the particle size, solute says. Because the solute is completely soluble, completely dissolved in the solvent. You know what is solute, what is solvent? Which is very lesser quantity, that named as solute, which is larger quantity, that is solvent. Now the sugar is completely soluble in water, so finally you will get solution. Okay, after once the solution formed mean you can't see the size of solid particles, isn't it? Because particle size is very small. That's nothing but what? True solution. Okay, one more thing is there, very same amount of water. Inside the water I am going to add some amount of sand, silica, sand, soil. Dissolve well half an hour. Dissolve well half an hour. Soil will dissolve in water or not? It is insoluble. So only you can see the soil particles here. Now you can see the particle size with the naked eye itself. Here you can't see with the naked eye because of particle size is very small. But here you can see the particle size with the naked eye, that is called suspension. What? Suspension. Now what is colloid? Colloid mean in between the stage of in between the true solution and suspension, nothing but what? Colloids. Example, milk, ice cream, halwa, jelly, curd. These are examples of, these are in between the true solution and suspension. So these are will come under colloids category. Can you able to understand what is colloid? Yeah, that's what? Colloids. The particle size, listen ma'am, the size of true solution, particle size 1 Armstrong to 10 Armstrong. But here greater than less than
10 Armstrong to
2000 Armstrong or more. Okay. More. Okay. What about particle size about colloids? True solution means particle size 1 Armstrong, 10 Armstrong. Suspension means 2000 Armstrong and more. What about colloids? Very good. In between 10 Armstrong to 2000 Armstrong. It's nothing but colloids. Clear? Now you know what is colloid. Okay, now disposed phase and disposed medium. Two things will come, two terms will come here. What is disposed phase, what is disposed medium mean? Which one is basically basic unit? That's called disposed medium. For example, oil in water. Oil in water. So what is basic? Water. In water only you are going to add oil. So water is disposed medium. What is secondary material? That is disposed phase. Clear? So oil in water. What is disposed phase here? Oil. Disposed medium? Clear? What disposed phase? Disposed medium. From this tabulation, one more question will come. They will ask anyone. Okay. Now disposed phase is solid, disposed medium also solid mean what is exam name? Solid sol. Example Ruby class alloys. Solid in liquid mean sol, paint, ink. Solid in gas, aerosol, smoke, has. Liquid in solid, gel, curd, cheese. Liquid in liquid, emulsion. Example milk, cream. Liquid in gas, liquid aerosol, cloud, mist. Gas in solid. Example pumice stone. Gas in liquid, that's one of the stone. Gas in liquid, foam. Example. From this tabulation, anyone one more question they will ask. Next one is very important 3 mark question. Why colloidal solution of gas in gas does not exist? Because colloidal solution of gas in gas does not exist because it completely miscible to form a true solution. Okay, the colloidal solution of gas in gas does not exist because it form completely soluble to form a true solution. That's the 3 mark question. Next one is Lyophilic Lyobobic solvents. Lyophilic and Lyobobic colloids. Lyophilic and Lyobobic. Okay. Now Lyophilic and Lyobobic colloids. Okay. First Lyophilic. Philic mean the meaning is love or attraction or affection. Leo mean solvent. So Lyophilic mean solvent loving substance. So one substance loving the solvent mean it automatically dissolve fully, isn't it? So solvent loving substance are lyophilic. Lyophilic mean completely fully soluble in water, soluble in water. For example, protein in water, protein, starch. Okay, these are fully soluble in water. Clear? Phobic mean hate. Leo, solvent hating substance. Soluble hate panna karayuma, soluble aguma. Partially soluble, not fully soluble. For example, pathame, soil in water. Here example given is sulfur in water. Okay, that's example Leo. Can you able to understand? So very little affinity mean that's called Lyobobic. Example sulfur in water. But considerable affinity, large of affinity is there. That mean Lyophilic. Lyophilic. Example of Lyophilic, gelatin, protein and starch in water. Because gelatin, protein, starch, everything completely, fully, easily soluble in water. Clear? So Lyophilic means solvent loving substance. Lyophobic means solvent hating substance, not easily soluble. Example sulfur in water. They can ask one more part also. Give the example of Lyobobic substance. Sulfur in water. Lyophilic mean gelatin, protein, starch in water. Clear? Then dispersion methods. Dispersion methods. Now our aim is we are going to prepare colloid. We are going to prepare colloid. The first method is dispersion methods. Dispersion methods. First method, mechanical dispersion using colloidal mill. Mechanical dispersion using colloidal mill. Here the mill is made up of two steel plate. The two plates will rotate opposite direction. Okay. From the top, they will add suspension. Now, due to rotation towards opposite direction, the suspension is converted into smaller particle colloids. Nothing but எத்தனை பார்த்திருக்கேன்னு தெரியாது, படத்தில் பார்த்திருப்பீங்க. அந்த காலத்தில் அதுக்கு பேர் திருவைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஒரு திருவைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஒரு கல் இருக்கும், மேலே வந்து ஒரு ஹோல் இருக்கும், சைடில் கைப்பிடி இருக்கும், இந்த மாதிரி சுற்றுவாங்க. கிளியர்? ஓகே. நவ் மேலே வந்து அரிசி ஆட் பண்ணுவாங்க, bigger particle. Now suspension, we are telling suspension, we are adding suspension, அரிசி, rice. Now rice converted into what? மாவா கன்வெர்ட் ஆகுதுல்ல, அரிசி மாவா கன்வெர்ட் ஆகுது, சஸ்பென்ஷன் கொலாய்ட் ஆகுது. வெரி சேம் ப்ராசஸ். கிளியர்? சஸ்பென்ஷன் போட்டா பார்ட்டிகல் சைஸ் சிறுசாகி எதா கன்வெர்ட் ஆகுது, லிக்விடா கன்வெர்ட் ஆகுது. ஹியர் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் 1 mark question, last line. Colloidal graphite and printing inks are made by this method. 1 mark question. Using colloidal mill, you can prepare colloidal graphite and printing inks. 1 mark question. You don't understand? The next one is example na puriyum. Electro dispersion method using periodic arc method. Using periodic arc method is also 1 mark question. You can prepare gold, silver, platinum. 1 mark question. Here one vessel containing water contains stabilizing agent like alkali, water plus potassium hydroxide. Okay. Then outer one more path containing ice, cold path. Here we are going to immerse two electrodes. Now one arc will form. Due to arc formation, the bigger particle converted into smaller one. Okay. That is called which process? Periodic arc method. Using this process, you can prepare which one? Gold, silver, very costly items. Then ultrasonic dispersion. You know what is ultrasonic dispersion? Ultrasonic waves are very high frequency waves. High frequency waves. Just you are going to take that suspension particle, and the suspension particle you are going to pass the ultrasonic waves. It automatically converted into colloidal particle. So that much frequency. Okay, that much frequent. Okay, see. Okay, so the colloidal particle, the suspensions are converted into when you are passing the ultrasonic waves. Then peptidization, sometimes they are asking separately 3 mark question. What is peptidization? The dispersion of a precipitated material into colloidal solution. The action of electrolyte solution is called peptidization. The examples: silver chloride can be converted to salt by adding hydrochloric acid. What do you mean salt? Salt means colloid. Another example, ferric hydroxide yield a salt by adding ferric chloride. Okay, so dispersion methods fully 5 mark question. Separately they are asking peptidization mean, that alone 3 mark question. Clear? The next one is condensation methods. Okay, condensation methods discuss next class. Okay, so what will we discuss today? First, adsorption. What is adsorption? Adsorption is the surface phenomenon. So is the surface phenomenon. What is the difference between physical adsorption and chemical adsorption? Physical adsorption due to intermolecular van der Waals force. This is due to partial chemical bond formation. Depends upon the nature of gas. Easily liquefiable gas adsorb very easily, but here more specific than physical adsorption. Heat of adsorption very small, here less. Reversible, irreversible. It occurs rapidly when? But when the temperature increases mean it will decrease. Here temperature increases, this also increases. Then increase of pressure, increase adsorption. Change of pressure, yes, dash form multimolecular layer. What about chemical adsorption? Then factors affecting absorption, effect of temperature and pressure. Okay, so we need full absorption mean. What about temperature? Temperature must be low. What about pressure? High. Okay, so what is the suitable condition for absorption takes place mean? Temperature must be low, pressure is very high pressure. That only suitable condition for adsorption. Nature of gas, easily liquefiable gases adsorb very easily. Nature of adsorbent, surface area of the adsorbent increases, adsorption also takes place easily. You know Pongal story. Catalysis is a substance just alter the speed of the reaction. Example, potassium chlorate, it gives potassium chloride and oxygen. Here MnO2 act as the catalyst. Suppose you are not going to add any catalyst, what will happen? The action will occur, but you will get the product after so many hours, or of some reaction after so many days. Slow reaction mean. Some reactions 6 months or 1 year also takes place. For example, that rusting of iron, very slow reaction. Okay, then characteristics of the catalyst. What about mass of the catalyst? Before the catalyst, after the reaction, whatever mass remains constant, because this indicate catalyst does not take part in chemical reaction. Okay. Then catalyst, very small amount is enough, do not take large amount and all. Catalyst does not initiate the chemical reaction because already all the chemical reactions are takes of going particular speed. Catalyst does not alter the equilibrium, the reversible condition. Catalysts are specific in its action. Then types of catalyst, homogeneous catalyst. In a reaction vessel involve all the reactant, product and catalyst, everything same phase main. That's called a homogeneous catalyst. For example, SO2 plus O2, it gives SO3, here NO, nitric oxide acts as a catalyst. Here all reactant, product, catalyst, everything gaseous state. Ester catalysis, methyl acetate reacts with water. It gives acetic acid and methanol. In the presence of acid, hydrochloric acid, here all the reactant, product and catalyst, everything liquid phase. This is also example of homogeneous catalysis. Heterogeneous catalyst mean, here reactant, product and catalyst. Here iron acts as a catalyst. Iron is solid state. So this is another example of heterogeneous catalyst. Then positive catalyst. Positive catalyst just increase the activity of, increase the rate of the reaction. Okay. For example, hydrogen peroxide decomposes, it gives water and oxygen. Here platinum acts as a catalyst because platinum just increase the speed of the reaction. Very same thing, potassium chloride decomposition reaction. Potassium chloride decomposes, it gives potassium chloride and oxygen. Here MnO2 acts as a positive catalyst because MnO2 increase the speed of the reaction. What about negative catalyst? Instead of increase the speed of the reaction, retard the chemical reaction. Just decrease the speed of the chemical reaction. These catalysts are known as negative catalysts. For example, sodium sulfite react with oxygen, it gives sodium sulfate. Here alcohol acts as the negative catalyst. Hydrogen peroxide decomposes, it gives water and oxygen. Here glycerin acts as the negative catalyst. Autocatalyst. In a one chemical reaction, which product will form first? In the product itself acts as the catalyst mean, that is called autocatalyst. So oxalic acid undergoes oxidation reaction, the presence of potassium permanganate and sulfuric acid. Here the first product is MnSO4, so MnSO4 acts as the catalyst, that is called autocatalyst. Induced catalyst, sodium arsenide is not oxidized or that is present alone, but it combines with sodium sulfide. Both of them oxidize takes place simultaneously. This indicates sodium sulfide induce the sodium arsenate also, that is called induced catalyst. Next one is promoters. Promoters mean promoter, we are adding a second material, that material increase the activity of the catalyst. Second, we are adding suppose one more second material, that material increase the activity of the catalyst, that is called what? Promoters. Okay. In Haber process, nitrogen reacts with hydrogen, it gives ammonia. What's the catalyst? What is the promoter? Molybdenum is the promoter. What is catalytic poison? HCl is the catalytic poison. Okay. Then catalytic poison. Catalytic poison mean that's a material to destroy the activity of the catalyst. Okay. For example, sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen, it gives sulfur trioxide. Here platinum acts as the catalyst, poisoned by arsenious oxide, As2O3. Haber process, HDS is the catalytic poison. Okay, because it destroys the activity of the catalyst. Active centers. In the surface of the catalyst, some crack and peak is available. Here, all the reactor molecules can make bond very easily because very active. Okay, this is nothing but active centers. Theories of catalyst: intermediate compound formation theory. Intermediate compound formation theory means A and B both are reactant, C is the catalyst, AB is the product. One of the reactant A reacts with C, it gives AC is intermediate. That intermediate react another reactant B, it gives original product and the catalyst. So SO2 plus O2, these are original reactant. Nitric oxide is the original catalyst. SO3 is the product. Now one of the original reactant O2 reacts with NO catalyst, it gives NO2 is the intermediate. That intermediate react with another reactant SO2, it gives original product SO3 plus original catalyst NO. That is what? Intermediate compound formation theory. Next one is what? Adsorption theory. Adsorption theory means in the first diagram, on the surface of the catalyst, A and B, two reactant come and strike on the surface of the catalyst through chemical bond, partial chemical bond or weak van der Waals force. After some time, these two reactants are reacted to form one activator complex. Activator, the intermediate nothing but activator complex. After activated, form a product CND. But CND, these products also hold with surface of the catalyst only through partial chemical bond. After product formation, there is no bond with surface of the catalyst because products are desorbed from the surface. That is called adsorption theory. Clear? The next one, process catalyst. You know that process catalyst will become one more part. Collides in the stage in between the true solution and suspension. Whatever particle size 10 Armstrong to 2000 Armstrong. Can you give an example of collide? Very good. Milk, cream, paint, everything what? Collide only. Okay. Halwa also one of the collide. Yeah, honey, oil, everything will come same thing only. Why colloidal solution of gas in gas is not possible, not exist? Because both are completely miscible to form always to form a true solution. So that gas and gas not exist. Leophilic, leobobic. Leophilic solvent living substances, so fully soluble in water. Example, sulfur in water. Leophobic, solvent hating. Very little. Leobobic, solvent hating. Leobobic, solvent hating. So very little affinity, sulfur in water. Sorry, leophilic mean gelatin, starch, protein because completely soluble. Leophilic mean completely soluble. Example, gelatin, protein, starch in water. Leobobic mean very little affinity, so that sulfur in water. Then dispersion medium. using colloidal mill, what you can prepare? Printing ink and colloidal graphite and printing ink you can prepare using colloidal mill. Using BD Clark method, gold, silver, platinum. What is peptidization? The precipitated material into colloidal particle. Okay, any doubt to this class? If you have any doubt to this class?